welcome back. It's me, Audie, with Middle-earth Mentors, and we're rapidly approaching the end of our Introduction to Classes little mini-series. And today we're starting on the first of the 3 classes in the game that are store-bought classes. So it doesn't matter if you're a VIP or a free-to-play, you still have to buy these classes. We're going to start with RK, and right off the top, they can be unlocked by buying the Mines of Moria expansion, so they are included in that expansion. Wow, that was hard. Or if you don't want to buy the expansion, just the class, you could just buy them in the store as just the class. Disclaimers, like every video, this info is accurate as of September, like 20-something, 2020. Things are constantly changing in this game, not majorly changing, but slight alterations. So take what is said here with a grain of salt as well. Some of it's my personal opinion, so opinions, you know what they say about opinions. This is not a guide. You're not going to learn how to play the RK in this in this video. It's just a quick introduction to show you what they look like and brief overview. That's it. And like I'll hammer into everybody every time, know your role. When you're picking a new class, you try to decide what you want to do. Look at this and know this, because if you plan to group, this is your role, no exceptions. So speaking of roles, we'll just start off with that right away. This is absolutely accurate. RKs are a damage and a healer. They have a dedicated tree for each. Actually, they've got 2 dedicated trees for damage, 1 for healing. They're all very good right now. Red tree most recently fell behind in DPS. It was king of DPS for the longest time. Now it is yellow. RK's red is fire, yellow is lightning, blue is heals. Their heals are very good right now. They can heal in groups, absolutely. The difference between them and a minstrel, which we did earlier, minstrels are generally main healers. RKs can be main healers for smaller runs or 12-man runs that are not the end game raid. Currently, the end game raid requires very much burst healing, which is a minstrel's specialty and a Bjorning specialty. RK healing is over time, so they don't have big burst heals really. They have 1, but it's very long induction. More or less, they stack overtime heals on people. So the heal numbers are less, but they go overtime. So they're not good at reacting to big events as far as healing. They're better preparing in advance for the events as the combat goes on, if that makes sense. But they do definitely have a role as a healer and a role as a damage every time in any group almost. So don't worry about that. You're wanted as an RK. They are a light armor class. Of course, you can see here she's wearing a robe. The races that can be them, all races can be RKs except a man. Bjorning obviously cannot, and a hobbit cannot. So that leaves elf, stout axe, dwarf, and high elf to be an RK. As far as weapons go, what you see, that is what they get, period. That's it. A rune stone. Forever. From level 1 to the end, forever, that's it. No swords, no daggers, no clubs, no frying pans, no rolling pins, nothing. Rune stones, that's it. So no shields or bows, nothing. Let's see. But that's pretty much it for this intro part anyways. Class difficulty moderate. I guess I agree with that. I find mine really easy, but I also play mostly DPS role, which is really easy. So I'm gonna log into mine. Healing, of course, healing on any class is, takes a slight bit more skill, but it's not overly complicated. I think the reason a lot of people may have troubles with RK a little bit is because they're squishy, of course. They're light armor. Mine has been cap level for years. I don't remember what it was like to level him as a younger toon. I had no issues when I did it. Their DPS is very good, so on the landscape that's not really an issue. You do get some really great self-heals and survivability skills. but I think they come maybe a little later, so that might be why some people say RKs are a little harder. I don't consider it a hard class. Actually, when I'm playing this class in a raid, I consider this like my sleep class. I can just totally relax and not have to stress because it's really easy. Now, this one will be slightly unique compared to my other videos because the RK is one that has absolutely incredible combat animations. They look phenomenal. So I'm actually going to show you all 3 trees. You'll have to just bear with me because I don't have 3 tree setups. I only have 2. So there will be a slight pause while I reorganize my shit and then we'll come back. But yeah, so I'm in fire right now, which is red tree. I will switch to heals and show you their animations there. And then we'll pause. I'll switch to the yellow tree, which is lightning, which also is super fun and has so many fun animations. The big difference between red and yellow, like I said, they're both damage. Red is AoE damage over time. So the ticks on red are huge. And as I, give you an attack that doesn't really hit that hard. So you can see here, every single one of my skills has a bleed attached to it. So you hit not very hard, but the bleed ticks down and they all stack for a lot. The other thing about red is it's the stationary tree. You have to stand still if you're in red, whereas yellow, you pew pew as you run. That's why a lot of people, I think, in lower levels like yellow because you got a little more survivability because you can run while you're hitting. As well, for current endgame raid, yellow RKs are the ones that are expected to show up. Red DPS has fallen behind a little bit. It needs some buffing from the devs. We don't know if that's ever going to happen. I personally prefer red. I've always played red. I don't even have a yellow setup. So if they don't want me as a red one, that's fine. I'll just take something else. But generally, there's a yellow in the raid, so you can go as a red. It's not a big deal. Either way, you have a lot of options, so don't worry about being left out for that. Turn some floating names off here. Alright, let's roast some shit. I'll start off with just some cool stones. There we go, that's kind of cool. Alright, let's go. Look at him, isn't he so cool? Okay, that's about it for red. A lot of these skills are also in the other trees. I do have a big self-heal. And I can add some cool things to myself. These are a little bit of your survivability skills. You've got an interrupt and a corruption removal, of course, like every class. You've got a little bit of snow skills, call them. That one's a cool one. Yeah, okay, that's it for red, basically. I will show you blue next. Also, you can revive people, which is very nice, out of combat, but still very, very nice to have. Let's switch to blue here. Okay. So blue is healing, like I said, and we got frickin' stones everywhere in blue. Well, this lightning stone is any tree, but okay. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see if we can get this to go off here. Yeah, I can't maintain the alignment, the attunement enough not being in combat, I don't think, so. Well, if I'd stop using it up for that skill, maybe. Alright, let's see if I can get it here. Here we go. There we go. So again, that's about it for blue. Lots of green mist. All the other skills are the same. Your poison removal and your non-stun and all that stupid stuff. As well, they have a really cool skill which you get in any tree. They call it DNF, and it's one of the main reasons an RK is wanted in a raid. If you put this on someone, when they die in a group, it automatically revives them to come stand beside you. So it's like a free in-combat revive. And with weapons, you can make it so that you can put it on 2 people and keep it up on 2 people before it cools down. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to switch to Yellow Tree, and then I'll be right back to show you the cool effects of yellow. Okay, we're back. I'm so excited about this. Honestly, Lightning Yellow Tree is so much fun and really cool to look at. The only reason I don't have a yellow build is because I don't want to grind out the legendary weapons. They take forever. I did red and blue already. I don't want to do yellow too. But it is freaking awesome. So, here we go. We'll just start with the little basic pew-pews, and then we'll get going. We'll just put this in the middle because it's kind of cool. And as, of course, you can run around while you do this. Alright, now I get some cool stuff going here. Anyways, that's about it. You can see it all. They look freaking amazing. And they're so much fun. I mean, look at this. Who wouldn't want to do this? I just can't get over how fun it looks. And of course, I'm the only one without a lightning build. But that's okay. Alright, that's it. I'll stop now. Maybe. Okay, one more time. Yeah! And that hits all these things, by the way. Anyways, okay. I'm done for real this time. Yeah, that's the RK in a nutshell. If you want to buy and play this class, I find it definitely worth it. So have a good time. See you guys in the next video.